For some reason, over a year after the game is initially released, Nintendo is starting to add more content to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This started out with the Breath of the Wild inspired motorcycle for Link, and I really hope that we could be getting some new characters added into the game as well. But what new characters would I like to see added to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Well, that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Starting out, the first character that I would like to see in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is Kamek. This is the character who was originally meant to be in Mario Kart 64, but was then replaced with Donkey Kong. And while this choice is completely understood by Mario fans, as Donkey Kong is a much more iconic character than Kamek, Kamek still does contribute a lot to the Mario universe, even more than you would expect if you check out my previous Mario Theory video. But aside from that, Kamek is in a lot of Mario games, starting with Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, where he's the guardian of Baby Bowser, and then he goes on to appear as a mini-boss in many Mario games, and that's mainly the role that he serves. And considering that he's one of the main guardians of the Koopalings, and the Koopalings feature a prominent role in Mario Kart 8, where they take up almost the entire roster, it would make sense to include a character as iconic to the series as Kamek is into Mario Kart. The next character or characters that I want to talk about are the Broodals. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be complaining about this pick because it would probably be too similar to the Koopalings, and you don't want another group of Nintendo bad guys to take up a large portion of the roster like the Koopalings did. But you don't have to include all 5 Broodals in this spot. You could just include a couple of them, maybe the primary ones, but they do act like the Koopalings do in Super Mario Odyssey, as they are a group of villains that are used by Bowser as mini-bosses in the game. And while I can't see the Koopalings being completely replaced in the main Mario games, the Broodals are certainly serving an important role in the most recent main Mario adventure, and Nintendo may want to capitalize on that by including them in one of the highest selling games on the Nintendo Switch in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It would definitely get some more recent icons into the game, and if they're included in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that may provide a pathway for them to be included in more Mario games in the future, outside of just Odyssey, potential DLC, or sequel to that game. Maybe even more stuff that could be included in if they get into one of the premier Mario spin-off franchises. The next character that I want to talk about is Birdo. This is a character who was an original villain in the Doki Doki Panic version of Super Mario Bros. 2, and is a very iconic character ever since that point in time. And Birdo has been in plenty of Mario Kart games before, and it legitimately shocked me when Birdo wasn't included in Mario Kart 8, and especially not added to the new characters in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Potentially now, with new updates, this character could be added into the game, but I'm still kind of unsure, and one of the main reasons for this is that looking at the playable characters who are currently revealed to be in Super Mario Party, which is a lot by the way, Birdo is not one of them, and Birdo has been known to be included in Mario Party games in the past. So, is Nintendo sort of trying to phase out this character? Birdo hasn't been in much stuff recently, so potentially Nintendo is trying to get rid of this character a little bit. And while Birdo has yet to appear in Mario Tennis Aces, Birdo will eventually be added, but still, that is just one game, when many of the main Mario cast are known to be included in every single one of the spin-off titles. It's really weird to see Birdo not being included in this one, but eventually all this could be changed with a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe appearance. The next character or characters, again, which I want to talk about in this video, are Boom Boom / Pom Pom. Again, I'm just grouping these characters together because they're so similar to each other. In fact, they are the counterparts to each other in Super Mario 3D Land and Super Mario 3D World. They are the main mini-bosses in those games. And since those appearances, which sort of resurrected their characters, they've been appearing in many more Mario titles, and it only makes sense to include them in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Boom Boom is one of the mini-bosses in Mario Tennis Aces, and Pom Pom is already confirmed to be a character in Super Mario Party, which is really interesting. So since these characters are on the rise and gaining popularity, it would really make sense to put them in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They're starting to get a lot of fanfare. I know lots of people are really into these characters, as they were kind of boring in the beginning, but they've slowly developed a stronger personality over the years. They would just be fun to see in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and that's the reason behind a lot of the characters that I'm including in this video. I would love to play as them in the game. And the final character that I want to be in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, more than any of the characters that I mentioned in this video, why is Diddy Kong not in the game? I get that Diddy Kong had his own racing series and Nintendo might want to sort of start associating him a little bit more with his own stuff and the Donkey Kong franchise more than the Mario franchise, but you have Link and the Inklings and Animal Crossing characters in Mario Kart. If you really want to keep away from the Donkey Kong characters, at least put Diddy Kong in there. He's been in the series before many times. I really just don't understand this decision. If you're worried about having mainly Mario characters in the game, then why are all these non-Mario characters being included? You've had many Donkey Kong characters in the past be in Mario Kart. I don't really understand why Diddy Kong can't be there. I think he will be there. He's being added to Mario Tennis Aces. He's going to be in Super Mario Party. Diddy Kong will probably forever be one of the integral parts in the Mario cast. But for not being in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that kind of concerns me, especially when that's a game which includes Pink Gold Peach as a character. There are so many great choices for characters that should be included in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I really only wanted to focus on 5 in this video because that's probably the amount that could be added, the maximum amount anyways, if they're going to start adding new characters at all. I think one of the only reasons they would begin to add new characters is just to get this game a little bit more hyped up before the release of Mario Kart Tour, so that maybe the people who are just hopping on Mario Kart Tour for the first time will realize that this Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game, which is on the Nintendo Switch, is constantly being updated with new things, and that might motivate the mobile gamer to go and buy a Switch and then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't know, that's just my theory about it. That could just be a very similar thing to what's going on with Pokemon Go, and then being led over to purchase Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. It could just be a very similar thing to that, or maybe they just want to add new content, considering that the player base for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is already so high, already much higher than it was on the Wii U. It's a major success, and they want to add more content to it to influence people to buy it, instead of maybe waiting for a Mario Kart 9, which they think is going to happen. There could be many reasons why Nintendo is adding this new content, and let me know yours in the comment section down below, and check out this video. If you enjoy hearing me talk about Mario characters, you could hear some tragic backstories behind some of Mario's characters in this video. The top 10 Mario characters with tragic backstories. Subscribe for more content about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe coming very soon, and thank you so much for watching.